Hello, welcome to the Slip Slip Sis YouTube channel. I'm Che,
I'm Gabs.
and today is Sunday, April 20th. This is episode 59, and happy Easter to all those who celebrate. We're coming to you from our opposite ends of the state of California at this point, and you can find our information down below. I feel like I'm out of practice every time we do this, and I don't know what else I've forgotten.
I think that's it.
Sweet. Well, gaps.
All right, so first up is designs. And last podcast, we talked about our most recent design, which is the North Branch cardigan. And then I totally forgot to announce that I had a giveaway tied to that. It's the yarn, it's basically the yarn that I didn't use when I was creating the sample. So it's definitely not enough to create the whole cardigan. The cardigan actually uses a lot of yarn, but it is blue sky Woolstock light. So it's actually pretty affordable. I think it's like $8 a hank. So it's not too bad. I don't have it with me because it's out in the front room because I put it out so I wouldn't forget that I needed to mail it to one of you lucky viewers. I think it's about five skeins. I think it's like two of the main color, which is a gray, and one or two of the red and the pink, which is my contrast colors. So, Che, what should they comment to be entered into the giveaway?
Okay, so it's kind of patchy, right?
Yeah.
Um, I so far have nothing from that.
All I got is I went from patchy to Girl Scout cookies to Girl Scout patches, right?
What's
And
it
then I was
called
like
again?
North Branch.
Oh,
I know.
I was hoping it would be called North Star because I'm like, what's your favorite constellation?
We can do that anyway.
Okay, let's just do that.
All right. So what's your favorite? Comment below and also helpfully subscribe because we are so close to 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers on YouTube means that your videos can be monetized. So you get some ad revenue. So I think we would get like a whole $2,
Ayo.
which would go towards Chili's lemon loaf. So,
Hey.
um, help us subscribe, and then comment below what your favorite constellation is. Shaylee, what's yours?
Orion's Belt, is that one?
I think it's Orion is the constellation.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I don't know anything either. All I got is what I know from White Collar because that there's Gemini, right? And
Oh,
one twin sits above the horizon and one sits below because I watched White Collar.
which one's the one with the bears?
Ursa Major and Ursa Minor.
I like that one because I listened recently to the storytelling of it. I changed my mind. It's the Ursas. That's
Yeah,
what I got.
good question, Che.
I think you were gonna ask me. I wasn't gonna enter the giveaway.
See, my question for the giveaway was, what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? Which I know is very US centric because I think in the UK it's called Girl Guides, maybe.
Mm.
Um, but what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie, Chai?
That would be the Samoa.
Oh, that's a good one.
That one I had in my back
Yeah,
pocket.
that
Didn't
was in
have
the
a
chamber.
constellation, but right in the chamber was the Girl Scout cookie.
So if you don't have a constellation anywhere in the Rolodex, come out with a Girl Scout cookie, or if you don't live in the US, I don't know, some other similar kind of cookie. Girl Scout cookies are basically an organization and they sell cookies during the month of March in the US. And I think Thin Mints, I would say, are the most popular ones. They're like a chocolate mint covered cookie.
Mm.
Um, yes. I became obsessed with the Toast Yays this year. They were like, I know, they're like French toast inspired cookies. So it was like a graham cracker cookie and it was dipped in icing. It was delicious. I loved it.
I always buy them because I feel like guilted into buying them, but I realize like I don't actually eat cookies that often.
They're
So,
also wicked expensive these days.
yeah.
And I've learned that the troop does not get that much of the money.
Right.
They get like $1. So sometimes I'm like, can I just give you this money for your to go? Can I just give you $7 to the troop and no
Yours
cookie?
are 7?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's yours? 6?
Yeah. Well, I guess select ones are 7 and select, and then there's some that are 6.
I know. In the Bay Area, apparently the San Jose people had all agreed everything was 7 because like cost of living or whatever. I'm like, okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot. Back in my day, I remember when they were 4.
I also remember when they were 4 because you could get $5, 5 boxes for $20.
I know. And now you can get like 3-ish.
One, 2.6.
Yeah, it's a racket.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. How many foes you got?
3.
Oh, me too.
Okay. What kinds?
I have 2 socks and a hat.
I only have socks.
Oh, banana pants. Okay. Well, how you want to do this?
Do your hat, and then then I'll do my socks, and then you do your socks. So
Okay.
whatever, Oreo cookie. Chaylee
Oh,
counts, Chaylee.
or just any kind of thing with like any kind of sandwich.
No, other sandwiches have more ingredients.
It's just bread filler, topper, filler, bottomer.
What kind of sandwiches are you eating?
Yeah, but it's like a the filling can be it's an umbrella term.
Okay.
Okay, so I made this really silly hat because I wanted to use this yarn because I had caked it up for something else and I can't remember why. Also, look at my fingers from dyeing Easter eggs by myself.
Did you dye eggs by yourself to eat them by
Yes,
yourself?
ma'am. That's why I only did 6 because I decided eating a dozen East hard-boiled eggs by Friday because I leave Saturday would be insanity.
That's like
So
the football teams when they have to eat, like they have to like make weight.
I'm,
They're eating all
I'm
those
like,
eggs.
yeah, look at my fingies are funny. But I digress. So I caked up the yarn for something, never used it, and it kept just looking at me. So I decided I would make one of my beanie factions. And turns out when you use not the right weight of your own of the yarn for your pattern, it doesn't always work out the way you want it to. So I like knew I wasn't gonna have enough yarn to make the whole hat. So I shortened it significantly and then added a different brim. I don't remember what this is. This is DK weight. So this is bulky. It's earth yarns and it's like 2212 or something. It's on our Ravelry. And this we got from Jimmy Bean's retreat. It was one of the like gifts, I think, for one of the presenters. And then this is some kind DK thing. I made socks out of these for Mrs. Johnston a while ago, but I adjusted the pattern because I decided the designer made the brim kind of hard. Not hard, but like tedious. So I didn't want to do that. So instead of crocheting my brim, I picked up the stitches and I knit this sucker. So I have a bun on. So it probably will look. Oh, but then I messed up because I didn't do Jenny's stretchy bind off and I did regular bind off and I couldn't get it on my head. So I was like, ah. Yeah, it was literally like so I was like, I think I gotta take that out because that didn't even gonna fit on Lenny's head at that point. So it should have only taken me like 2 hours, but it took me a little bit longer because I had to undo the binding. But it looks silly with my bun. But it's my hat.
It's nice, Chay.
Thank you.
It's good. Look like a Smurf.
Ta-da! I'm gonna put it for donation. That's
Exciting.
my hat.
All right, so I have 3 pairs of socks because I was in 8 test knits for the month of April, and that's ludicrous. So I finished 3 of the test knits. I quit one of the test knits because it wasn't working out for me, and the designer was super nice. There was nothing wrong with the pattern. It was the pattern basically you had to do it on 9-inch circulars. Otherwise, your tension would be off and it would be horrendous. And I didn't want to work on 9-inch circulars and it was hurting my hands. So I bowed out of the test knit and the designer was fine with it. So that was great. But I am doing, I am making 6 pairs of socks for the Christy Archer test knit, which is for Fourth Wing. She's got all these Fourth Wing inspired socks. So the first one that came out are these. They're lace weight socks. And it's called Basgaya. And they are knit in La Jolla, cinnamon dolce. And I actually blocked them. That's why they look so nice. And like the lace is separated because these were part of my Maker Madness challenge. Um, the third, the third challenge was to make a whole knit outfit, and my assignment was socks. So I made these. These are for our mom's walking partner, Mrs. Johnston, because they're too big for me.
Oh,
And
happens to me too.
and truly, Mrs. Johnston really appreciates hand knit socks. She's like one of the most knit worthy people.
For
Um,
real.
so this year, I've actually decided to make Mrs. Johnston a box of socks, um, that for mom to give her for Christmas, because I like to knit socks, but I have way too many. Like I tried an experiment this year on how long I could go without wearing the same pair of knit socks, and it's like 3 months. Like I've got like 90 pairs of socks, and those are the ones that I use, not including the ones that are new that I haven't used. So I probably have like 120 pairs of socks, and that's ludicrous. So Mrs. Johnson's getting a box of socks. Um, my next pair is also really hard to see, which is excellent with my excellent camera quality. Check us out on Instagram if you want to see better quality photos.
Oh yeah, because Gabs has really been carrying the team on the posting.
Yeah, Shaylee's just like
I'm
cricket.
just like, go watch the podcast.
Um, these are also blocked, as you can see. That's why they're holding their shape. These are called flame section, and they come out, the pattern, they're on staggered releases every 2 weeks. Um, those come out, I think, in like this week. And this is knit in Momi Noki yarn. And unfortunately, they're not big enough for Mrs. Johnston. So I think I'm keeping these for myself for when the next installment of Fourth Wing comes out, so I can wear them while I'm listening to the audiobook. And these were also for the challenge because in the challenge, basically you got extra points if you did extra. Like you were the most. So I said say less, and then I made more. I did double because I was like, oh, if
You're
I
the
make
most. That's me.
which our efforts paid off. My team and I came in second place,
Yields.
which the first place team, and I totally get why they got first place over us. They knit 2 sweaters in 2 weeks
Oh dang.
and hats and so they had to do hat, scarf, sweater, socks, and mittens, and then they later adapted it. But that the basic was that. And this group did 2 sweaters, and they were colorwork sweaters.
Boss.
And I was like, yep, kicked our butts. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, that's
And
varsity.
all of their stuff was all color work. I think their theme was like Scandinavian spring, and every single piece of their things was color worked. And I'm like, okay, like
I feel like it would be stressful to be on their team.
it was actually like my team was really great. They were so nice. They let me join last minute. They were lovely, but it was like they didn't put any pressure on me at all. I put pressure on myself because they were so nice and great that I
You
didn't
want
want
to
to
let them
let them
down?
down. You know, when you're like, I don't want to be the slowest person on the team. I don't want to I want to
You
fit in.
don't want to be that member of the group project.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, here I go. Which they've I think they found our podcast and our YouTube channel. So they're like, we didn't know you were struggling so much with the cross stitch. I was like, well, I didn't want to be a complainer on the team either. Like, no. So that happened. I finished those. And then I'm in another test knit um called the flower. This is the flowers and the bees. What's up?
Why?
Oh, well, because I felt like I didn't have knitting mojo. So I felt like I needed to put epic amount of pressure on myself to like really
You have
jump.
no one to blame but yourself.
Oh, yeah, no one but me. So I felt like I really needed to like spice it up.
Oh yeah.
I'm not really good at like chill ever.
No, you could put the period where it is. I'm not good at chill. Period.
It's not like I have no chill. You know, like how people are bucking millennial hustle culture? I really like it and I really thrive in it.
You know what my favorite thing to tell people is? Is when they like see me in my regular life and don't know you people. And I'm like, you guys should know I'm the laid back one. No, I'm like, I am
Yeah.
a free spirit compared to the rest of them.
Yeah.
I'm chill,
No,
relaxed, cool as a cucumber melon.
no, I'm not chill. I have no chill. My
Mm,
students know I have no chill. But in teaching, it translates into me really caring about my students. So that's great. Those are great attributes in a teacher.
um,
Not kind of great when you sign up for knitting test knits.
I'm myself for spring break, Gabs.
Oh yeah.
I'm so busy this week too. You will not get any text back from me.
Well, brace yourself for this color, Taylor. Ready? Ba-bam.
My eyes!
Um, these are the flowers and the bee socks by Greener Makes. The designer's name's Maria. Oh shoot, I forgot her last name. Um, the yarn is an OOAK from Breaking Yarn. Um, my sister bought for me.
I did?
Yeah.
Are you sure I didn't buy it for myself and then just give it to you?
No, you wrapped it.
What was this for? Was this our sock swap?
No,
Was this our Christmas Eve swap?
no.
Was this some other kind swap?
I think it was a birthday present
Shut up.
or maybe a Mother's Day present.
No, I think it was one of our swaps.
Okay.
Carry on,
Oh,
as you were.
It was our Shark Week sock swap.
Yes.
So it's a one of a kind skein. Um,
Just
from
like you, girl.
Breaking Yarn. Um, it's you're supposed to be able to see that there's these little flowers on it, but the yellow also came with it. But you can't see it because the variegated is loud as hell. Um, but that's all right. These are also for Mrs. Johnston because Mom says she likes loud socks. So I'm like, all right. Also because I knit. Look how long the foot is
Why did you make it that long?
because it was toe up, so I
Oh,
wasn't doing a good job. Um, So, but I knit them, and this end isn't in because I just finished it in the car ride, and
but I knit them.
I knit them.
Duh.
Well,
Oh
ends
no.
aren't in because I finished it in the car. But yes, they are loud and exciting, and truly, this bit that you can barely see was freaking horrendous.
Uh-oh.
So I really liked the way the pattern was written. Like it was excellently written and it made so much sense and it had so much detail. And what I really liked, I don't think this is a spoiler. Oh well, I'm saying it anyway. What I really liked was when there was a special stitch in the pattern, like if it was, there's no cables in this one, so it's not cable. If it was like a 2x2 cable, it was, and it said like right cross, there was a call out box next to it that explained to you how to do that special stitch instead of having to scroll back up to the,
Yeah.
or like, bo there's no bobbles in this one either. So like bobble stitch, and it told you how she wanted you to make the bobbles, and it was right next to it.
I like that.
I liked it so much. And then she explained it in narrative style, which I know some people don't like. But then she had like big chunks of paragraph narrative, but then there was also just like the bare bones instructions. So if narrative wasn't your style, it was right there. So she's one of my favorite like pattern writers. Like just
Mhm.
the format and the layout was excellent. I want to make her new sweater that just came out. It's the knit pearl sweater. It's like it says knit pearl repeat on it in its color work. So I want to do that. But making the actual flowers was horrendous.
Wow.
It took me an hour to do one row. There were 3 rows of the flowers, but it took me an hour on one sock. I can knit a whole pair of socks in 6 hours, but in 6 hours, I did 6 rows. I was not happy.
Yeah.
And the tension was everywhere. I also think if you had done 9 inch circulars, it probably would have been better. but still freaking horrendous.
Let's go 9 inch team.
Yeah, I'm basically anytime you use two colors on a sock in the same row, you have to do 9-inch circs. So what that tells me is don't do two color socks. Not to use 9-inch circles. I loathe them so much. I'm actually they're in a pile right now to give to my sister.
Ah, sick.
I hate them. Okay, your turn.
All right then. So I am in the opposite of my sister. I am not spicy. We are not even mild. We are called bland. Because I've made only vanilla socks. And so I finished these ones. These were my
Friendly
friendly
skies.
skies. Thank you. And with the stroll fingering in the black here. And so these are done. I think I finished them like the same day we podcasted last time. Um, Nitpicks Felici, 9 inch Cirques, vanilla, regular. We'll go to donation. And then I also, these are a gift for my colleague, Andrew. His birthday is the day before Gabs's. And so I kind of crapped the bed on my original idea for his gift. So I punted and quickly made socks. But he wears a men's 10. So I had to like, yeah. So I made them DK, but look how different they are.
All right.
But he really liked orange, but I didn't really have orange, so I went with the one with the orange specks. I think they're kind of fun and bright because he's kind of fun and bright. This is Hypnotic Yarn Spellbound. I think it was either this year's or last year's Yarnable in October.
Oh,
So
great.
I did my normal vanilla DK, except instead of 40 stitches, I did 48. Because his foot's a little bit wider than like mine or like Gabs's. So yeah, but they still went really fast, which was great. For making sure I got it done on time. And so literally everything is sitting for us to be done with this episode so that I can wrap these. That's all.
She didn't go through trials and tribulations like Gabs did.
No, because I'm bland. I'm like porridge.
I know everyone thinks it's Shaylee who's like the chaotic one, and I'm like, no, it's me.
No, I'm pretty steady. Stable, if you will.
No, that's not Gabs.
Mm-mm.
All right. What do
I
you have for whips?
I have two.
Me too.
They're both socks.
One of mine is socks, and one of mine is the Creative Infinity Scarf.
Would you like to start with that one?
Sure. So I am still working on the Creative Infinity Scarf, and I do not know why it is taking my whole life and soul. It's not that hard. There's just sections of just stockinette. It's just round, 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 round. It's like a muscle burrow. What is my problem? I don't know. But it also took Chaley a long time on this. So I don't know if we're underestimating how much, like, the scope of the project. I do not know. But here, it's going pretty good.
Oh, my mama.
It's also loud as hell. This is where I started. You start with it's on my tubing. And then I think this is where I was last time.
I like your colors.
Thank you. This is for Lottie.
It looks like a tropical, like a sunset.
It does. It's gonna be so. I think it's so cute. It's for my oldest daughter. She's 5.
Did she
Girl
did,
came.
did she lay on it?
No, girl came running out afterwards. Like after she saw me pull it out, after bedtime, she came sneaking back out of her room. She's like, "Mom, do you think I could have this before Lenny asks?" Because her sister totally would have. So yes, this is for her. And she's like, oh, I can have it for Christmas. I know it's taking you a long time. She's not wrong because I started this in February.
I believe she it's Christmas 2026.
So let's see. This is a mystery color my sister gave me. I don't know. I don't know. It was for my December sock swap. I don't know. She gave me something. Then a bunch of these are minis. This is, I think, Mermaid Yarn Company minis. This is a Southern Skeins mini. This is another Southern Skeins mini. This is Earl Grey Fiber Company. This is Mermaid Yarn Company, Southern Skeins. And this is the bright yellow that was in these socks.
Ah.
And then this hot pink is about to go in these socks as well as the next one. Um, I will say though, I stand by my overall note of the pattern that if you want your sections to be even, you need to measure them instead of following the row counting.
Mm.
Um, because different stitches pull your patterns differently.
Yep.
Um, as well as like I'm doing scrap, like obviously I just listed off a bunch of different dyers. They have different bases, even if they're all 75/25. Um, so the heights are different. Like this pink one, which actually, or this yellow one that actually looks narrower, I added a whole full set of repeats to make it this length. And it still looks too short for this one. I also would say, and I didn't do this, but I think I should, is I wish the pattern would say that which of the textured ones have a tendency to pull inwards, so then you could go up a needle size
Mm.
to manage the gauge of it, because like you can see it pulls in
Yeah.
significantly. Like so that's what, but the orange one, which is also a textured one, doesn't pull in at all.
Right.
And the yellow one barely pulls in. So I wish that was, I'll add that to my Ravelry notes. I wish I would have known that it was more apparent in the pattern to do that. So I am on, I think, set 14 of 24. So I have 10 more. That's how I feel. I don't know why it's taking me so long. My goal is to bust it out over spring break, so I'm going to be obnoxiously spamming my sister all of my thoughts on it. And she gets all the notifications to her phone. So even if she's ignoring me, because she has to do this thing called work, she still sees that I'm talking.
No, it's worse because it's on my watch and I'm trying to lead the panel. It's like zzz, zzz, zzz. I'm like, go away.
But she kind of has to glance at it because what if it's like important and not me?
Right.
Or if it's something, I mean, really, our system is if it's really important, we call each other aggressively.
Twice. I know after two calls, I have to pay attention.
Yeah, then pick up the phone.
Wait, I also know you wouldn't leave a message if it was important. You would just call me again.
Yeah, I just keep calling and calling and calling and calling.
Yeah.
And then call LMU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because again, I do the most.
You're only the most.
Mhm.
Eh?
Yeah, because I have just this socky and you have two sockies.
Okay. Let's see the sock that's in my hand. So this is a vanilla DK sock I started for myself, and I'm really enjoying this colorway. It's not quite showing up. It's coming up a little bit more red, I think, in these than it actually is. It's more of like a soft pinkish. But it's really cute, I think. It's yarnaceous fibers, and the colorway is Roar. So I'm just making some socks. And I may have this really cute, it's like this piggy spring bag, which may or may not be in the shop. Who knows? Anybody's ball game.
We have the fabric. If you want it, email us.
Yep, but I thought it was I thought it felt very spring vibes, very Easter, so I went with that theme for my spring pigs. So these are my Roar socks that I have I started them last week and then did nothing. Um, And then I also have these socks. So channeling the spiciness from my sister, I am kind of referring to these in my mind as my tequila sunrise socks. Hey, look at these babies.
Those are wild.
Are these so fun?
Are they nitpicks as well?
This it is. It's not called tequila sunrise though, but I think it should have been called tequila sunrise. It's called something, oh, red rocks. Tequila sunrise, am I right?
Yeah.
I added in, this is stroll fingering though. This is just red. But
Good color. Good color
but
name.
I felt like it was like a tequila sunrise with a splash of grenadine.
Oh, nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, actually, tequila sunrise does already have grenadine in it, but it added the grenadine in. So
Maybe
here
that's
we go.
the maraschino cherry
Thank
for an
you.
extra
The
on the
garnish. It's the
lip.
garnish. So these I think are super fun. So I literally finished like this sock like an hour ago. And then started this is sock number two. And so I'm just working on these because apparently it is my lot in life to do a pair of Felici socks every month. Or at least have one going. And this is in my Disney desserts bag, which I don't know if we have in the shop.
Sold out.
Sold out. Sorry about that. Because I did this thing called bought myself the SoCal resident Disney pass. So I have gone to Disney twice in the last week.
Hold on, chat. I gotta go. Daniel's calling me for a second. Talk, talk.
Okay, it'll just be me here talking. So, um, I wanted to go, or my students wanted to go, and so we were going. Now we're just going to talk about Disney. We wanted to go, and we learned that like just to go to one park on one day was $200. But Disney was doing this sale or this offer for SoCal residents where it's $200 for three one-day park passes. So we decided to just buy that. So I went last Sunday. I went this past Friday, and then I'm going again on in May, or something like that. But then now I'm kind of like Disney obsessed. And so I kind of want to buy the Magic Key Pass because that sounds like fun. Because one of my students has it, and now she's about to graduate, so then I can go with her. Um, but I think I might, they're about to celebrate the 70th anniversary. And so I think I'm gonna buy the anniversary offer because the Magic Key passes are paused right now, which is kind of upsetting. If anyone knows when those come back on sale, that would be great. But I think I'm gonna buy the anniversary offer because I'm now obsessed with going to Disney. Plus, I realize it's only like 25 minutes from my house. So yeah.
All is well. We just had a spillage that
Oh.
needed extra help.
Excellent. I've just spent the last few minutes explaining why I went to Disney and how I'm going to still go to Disney.
Oh, annual pass?
You know, you can't buy them right now.
No, I did not. How
They
come?
paused them because they limit how many people can have them. So I have to like wait until like it comes back on sale to get one.
Oh, so you've just been rando going? Like paying
No,
for.
I did the SoCal Resident Pass and then I'm going to do the anniversary offer next.
Oh, it's they're so confusing with all their different like it's a whole other deep dive niche on the internet to do like the Disney most.
But like, I don't know. They say, according to Reddit, they say the lower passes tend to sell out first. But in my mind, I'm like, that doesn't make sense because you still have to pay for parking when you have those.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you might as well just get the big one and you just have to go like 4 or 5 times, I think, and that it essentially pays itself off. And I live this close
Oh
that
yeah, and you like it.
and you have significantly less blackout dates when you get the big one. So like the only days I can't go are Christmas and Thanksgiving, which I wouldn't even be in town anyways. So it's kind
Yeah,
of a
that's
moot point. Um, Plus I was just saying Rachel's my Rachel is about to graduate, so then I can go with her because she has a pass.
ooh, exciting, exciting.
But it's over to you for your socks, dear.
I started and finished, and I'm almost done with these Felici socks. I started them in the car for Easter. These are their cactus flower socks.
Is that for one of our new ones?
I really like them. It's reading a lot brighter than it actually is in person. And it's doing that thing that one of your other Felicis did where you had a really big chunk of one color.
Uh-huh.
That's what this green is, right? Like the cuff is
Yeah, that's
really
a
big. And
lot.
I tried to pull off the heel flap and then I awkwardly have two rows that bled into the gusset decrease. And I was like, dang it, I was so close. Um, so my thought is if you were knitting 64 stitches, because I'm knitting 56, this probably would have worked out
Mm,
with a 64. Um, but now I'm about to pop up onto that big chunk of green again, and I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do because it's obviously not long enough to start the toe. So, but I don't know if I really want that big chunk of green, so I may do some yarn management and clip it and then pull the green out and then
mm,
cut back in because it's a lot of green. I
yeah,
don't know why they do that.
I don't either. I also wish that that would like show up in the little like sample picture of it.
What I've started doing, since that happened to you, and then a viewer commented that it was like, oh, that's how it's supposed to be, or like that, it's not a mistake in your skein. Now, before I start a Felici, I look at the Ravelry of
Wow.
their projects. That's how I figured out that it was green was the big one, and then I pulled out until I got to the green, so I could have an all solid color cuff. I also think
Mm,
I could have made my heel flap slightly taller
mm,
and it would have been fine. Like I could have done two more rows on the heel flap
got it.
and then it would have been fine. Or like futzed around with it. So I think I'm going to try and futz around with it to see if I can make it happen. Because it is cute. Like, if it is truly meant for contrast heels, toes, and cuffs, it's pretty cute, but also not long enough, right? Because nobody's toe is nobody's socks are this short, right?
Right.
So I don't know what their thought is with it. Yeah, I don't get it.
Here we are.
If you get it, because you're in the industry, or just more savvy than we are, please let me know. I don't
It
understand.
is kind of fun to do the Felicia month, I will say.
Yes,
I find it very satisfying.
I do enjoy it. I like the Felicis, especially this season.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I don't enjoy the fall ones as much because they're moodier colors.
Right, 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 right. Well, I haven't even touched like our new ones. This one, it kind of like pushed me to like use my like stash.
Oh, these are my new ones because I used up all my Felicis already.
Oh, well, I had much more than you did.
Yes,
So
I'm doing terrible at stashing down. Absolutely.
yeah, my century is probably going to be a like a half century.
Yeah. No,
That's
I'm
okay.
feeling
Try
not.
again next year.
I don't know. We'll see if spring break gabs can like bust it out for us. Or
Do you
keep it.
have any acquisitions?
I do.
Me too.
And I have a shop update.
Oh, shop update first, no? Or acquisitions first?
I've got two new bags that will appear in the shop tonight
Oh,
for springtime. This gnome one,
oh my God.
so cute.
Love it. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. The one, see the guy holding the pitchfork?
Thought it was a bra. I thought it was a bra
Thought it
too.
was a bikini top.
Thought it was a bra too. I did when I saw the reflection in the camera. So this, yeah, it's so cute. It's got like a wheelbarrow and this is a vest. But it could be a bikini top if you wanted to in your heart. A flower, a pitchfork, shovels, cute little flowers on it. So we've got this in, you can see it in the shop, but it's got in our large project bag, small project bag, and cozy. We also have this fun avocado one for springtime because for me, avocado toast feels very springtime. That's where I'm at. And so if you're peak millennial and you love avocados, um, there's that as well. We also are coming up on our 1 year anniversary for
Woohoo!
um, so let me go show you what I have. I have an anniversary print.
Ooh, just like Nordstrom with their anniversary sale. Oh, she's gone. Okay.
I'm
She
back.
oh, she back. She back.
We have these celebration because it's a party because we've been doing this for a year. They're pink desserts is basically these are our cozies.
Hey.
These are pink desserts with donuts and ice cream and all of these other and cheesecake and cherries and raspberries and cupcakes.
Treat yourself.
Yes. So these are coming to the shop. I might post them tonight anyway, but they are because April 30th is our 1 year anniversary of having the Etsy shop. And we have sold over 400 bags and cozies in this year. We're actually
Wow.
out of 420. Um, my initial goal was to sell 50.
Woo!
Crushed it. So if you're looking for project bags, especially cozies, I feel like cozies are the unique thing about the shop that not many people sell them. They really keep your yard contained from making huge messes and getting tangled and stuff, but also our prices are, I'd say, on the low end, so they're pretty affordable. That's what most people say in our comments, at least. So, I appreciate the reviews as well. Um, you can like our shop, follow our shop, favorite items. You get some coupon codes, those kind of things. I will be running a few sales this week as I remember, to put things on sale, clean stuff, some stuff out. I do have a few things that I think have been in the shop since we opened it.
Oh God, is Lizzie McGuire one of them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So I
I
am,
think I should just buy it.
I mean, I'll just give it to you. I'm just we're kind of trying to like push some of our old stuff, bring some of the new stuff in. So check it out. Thank you to everyone who's bought and supported. This has gone way better than anticipated. And it's also resulted in me being able to do something really cool for our dad, um, which is super cool. And once all the paperwork is finalized and stuff, I will tell you about it because I'm using the funds from the shop to do this. So, super cool. I'm excited. Do you know? Read my mind.
Wi-Fi connection is off.
Okay, I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay. Sounds great, Gabs.
Cool. Tell me about your acquisitions.
Okay, so I got one of my subscriptions. This is I've never met a villain I didn't like.
Oh, is this the one? Did I get? This is the one I
This
got.
is the one where you were victorious.
That's because I answered first and it was pretty obvious.
Yeah. So it's gonna be hard to see, I think, because it's not like dusk here. But this is Jafar, and it's not picky. You can see a little bit of like there's some black speckles. I really like it. I think this would be a good muscle burra, because it's like a nice subtle. So this was my March, I think. I don't know. It's fine. I've been very slow anyways, and I used none of them. So here we are. Maybe we'll just look at them all at the end and then decide to do something after
They
it.
are almost all red.
The last one was purple.
Is that Yzma?
Yzma. Oh my God. Embarrassing. Come on, Gabrielle.
I've never seen the Emperor's New Groove.
What? Pull the lever. Wrong lever. Llama.
Oh,
I
great.
also just love
You're
her,
gonna
the
keep
kid. I
quoting
think
the
she's
whole
so
movie.
funny. What?
You're gonna quote the whole movie to me.
Yes. Okay, so I got that. Oh, and then I got my prize. I forgot to tell you this because I got it and it was like 10 when I got home. So I just like fell asleep. But I won a prize from the Adventurely Mal that's hosted by McKaylee of Breaking Yarn and Leah of Leah Loves to Knit. And so I got something from the Purling Perry. And so I got one of the goodies was this wonderful celebration
Nice.
soak, what do you call it? Wool wash. And then one of their shop stickers,
Nice.
which I think is really cute. And then this super cute sock set.
Ooh, I actually think I knew that's what it looked like, and I was like, oh, she's gonna like it.
I do like it. It's called Chocolate Covered Strawberry, and I think it's super cute. So I'm really excited about this. I think that'll be fun to do socks, maybe with like kind of like the varsity stripes, um,
Hmm.
on the ankle or the leg. So yeah, that's it. I'm pretty proud of myself that this is all I've acquired because sometimes when I get like the spring blues, I get into a shopping frenzy. I mean, I've been in a shopping frenzy, just not for yarn.
So I also won a prize for the Adventurely Mal. Um, we also won a pattern prize too. We won one from Leah Loves to Knit, so we got one of her cute patterns, which I think she might be still running a sale on. So you should follow her on Instagram, to see if she's still running her sale. She does them kind like throughout the year. So we got one of those. We really cleaned up on
Hey.
the Adventurely Mal this year. I don't know how that happened. We got lucky. Um, I got a $50 gift card to Breaking Yarn, which is
Oh,
McKaylee, which was amazing. She's got really great colors. We that's what this was. I did not get this for Shaylee bought this, right? But truly her experiment sales are my favorite. Like
I
her,
really like her experiments.
yeah, her regular stuff is great too, but like I prefer her experiment stuff. Um, to kind of her regular diet stuff. The regular diet stuff is more tonals. She's got really beautiful deep tonals, but I like it when it looks like this. Um, which I think this might have been an experiment maybe for her pink teddy bear colorway. Um,
Mm.
so I spent my $50. It was very stressful because the shop update was at 8 a.m. on a Friday morning, and I got called into a meeting, and I was all set up to go to do the shop update and shop all of the experiments because I'd seen all the stuff that I wanted. And then a student the day before was like, Miss Koizumi, I have a meeting with a bunch of her other teachers, and she's like, I really want you to be there because you're the only one I feel comfortable with. And I'm like,
I really don't want to be there.
she's like, she's like, could you come and support me? And I'm like, sure, no problem.
I
Okay.
guess.
So I like said my part really fast and said all these like, she's great. I was like, okay, gotta go bye. So luckily all the stuff that I still wanted was there. I can't show you all of it because one of it is for Chaylee's 30th birthday. I've been collecting yarn because I keep collecting it when it's like on sale at a
I'm calling
discount.
that company yarn.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. I've looked at it and I'm like, should Gabs?
How
Because
is it gonna fit in that golden egg? You
we're gonna
forgot,
need a bigger boat.
did you forget about the golden egg?
But I did get this and I've decided I'm keeping it for myself so I can show you.
Ooh, that's funny.
I'm gonna go like this, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know if it was the same diamond, like the same experiment she had, and then just didn't put up on it. But isn't this beautiful? It's mohair, so it's gonna be a hat.
I love that you just put it on your head.
It is 64% kid mohair. Oh, yeah, kid
Yo.
mohair, 36% silk. And it's 500 grams, 459 yards.
All right.
I am considering doing mohair May because I have like 5 skeins of mohair that I need to use. And I need some motivation. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how well spring break Gabs gets through things. Because I'm feeling pretty good because I cast this sock on at 11 o'clock today. And it's going okay. So I think
Nice.
this is another Mrs. Johnston sock, I think.
Mm,
Um, because I think my goal is either 6 socks or 12 socks for this lady.
okay.
Yeah.
Got anything else?
We don't have to go over our stats, right?
No, we'll do that when we get into May, I think.
Oh, good, because I have used 2 skeins of yarn.
Oh, good. I haven't used very many either. We have 10 days to step it up.
Yes. Do you want to do what we are reading and watching? What you're reading and watching, Shay?
Sure. I actually have stuff to say about that. So I have sorted my life out a little bit more. I actually took some time. I like sat by the pool today and read while I had my smoothie for breakfast, which was nice. I felt very bougie. It sounds bougier than I am. Our pool is actually disgusting because there's some ducks that live there and they just poop everywhere. So it's not as glamorous as it sounds. But I wanted to take advantage where when the UV wasn't that bad, but still enough that I got some color. But I digress. I'm reading Diaz for Dead by Carrie Beavis. Yeah. And I've read a bunch of her books already, but this one it starts with M is for murder because like the killer in it is the alphabet killer. It's not the same in Diaz for Dead. It just like there's a couple characters that transfer over, but I really like her. So if you like Frida McFadden, like she's pretty good. The only thing that I think like, and if I was Gabrielle, I would have already researched this instead of being Shayla just having this thought and then be like, huh. I think she's not from the US, but is writing about the US because some of the way things are spelled and some of the phrases are not what we would say in America. Like color is with a U.
Hmm.
And then like she says like, oh, like he got cut out on the freeway. And I think and I'm like, Americans would say cut off.
Oh, yeah.
Like you cut me off. But it was something like cut in or cut out that I was like, what? What are you talking about? And then I used like the context clues to figure it out. So like it's I mean it's fine. Like it you clearly know what's okay. Uh, so but like I just think it's interesting every time it happens. And I'm like, wait, is this set in the UK? I'm like, no, she said Oregon. Like I'm confused now. But a lot of her other books are set in like the UK, which is really cool. So I've read, I think, like 8 of her books already because once I finished all my Frida McFadden's and I needed to switch over to somebody else. But I think I'm almost done with all my Carrie Beavises. So,
No, she's from the US.
huh, fascinating.
I think. Wait, maybe it's the wrong person. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Keri.
D is for dead. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
D is for death?
it's not dead.
I'm asking you, is that what it's called?
I thought I was dead. Well, it's for sure M is for murder.
Okay, let me look.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't really like, I forget the title half the time. Like, I've been reading this one for a while because I haven't, like, usually I can read them in like 2 or 3 days because I love a psychological thriller. Um, but while Gab's research is that,
Oh
because,
no, she is from the US.
oh, okay, great.
Or no, she's from the UK. She's from Norfolk, England.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of her things are set in Norfolk. Norfolk? Norfolk. Norfolk. I don't know.
This is why
Um,
we couldn't write about the UK because we
right.
would.
I'm not from there. But I'm on a crime kick, as not that I've ever left the crime kick, but what I'm reading, which is really intense, I will say, like it's a drama, it's a crime drama. It came out in 2022. I'm watching Under the Banner of Heaven,
Oh.
which is based on a nonfiction true crime book called Under the Banner of Heaven. Andrew Garfield is in it, along with some other actors that I recognize, but I don't remember their names. But I find it really interesting because it's following Andrew Garfield as the detective essentially, and he's investigate. It's set in Salt Lake City, Utah, and it's kind of set within the LDS community, and Andrew Garfield's character, as well as like many of the people involved in this, are also LDS, and so it's investigation of a brutal murder, but it's also in connection with um, some of the darker parts of the community and the history of the religion. So it's really interesting to kind of learn about those different pieces of and like what happens culturally there. Um, but it was an FX show. It's on Hulu or Disney Plus if you have it. And like again, it came out in 2022, but there's only 7 episodes, I think, and they're long episodes. They're like an hour and 10 minutes. So I'm only on episode 3, but I started it yesterday. But like I have to take breaks because it's like a lot. Like, because it's a lot about like gender roles as well, and then like um and there's a little bit of politics in it, and so it's really interesting, I think, to watch, but also really heavy. So if, like, one, you don't like crime, don't watch that. And two, like if stuff um like the treatment of women makes you uncomfortable, I wouldn't recommend it. But I find it fascinating at this current juncture. I'm only on episode 3. Could get really intense, and then I may have to stop, but I've already looked up who murdered, so don't worry. I get it. That one I did Google because it's a true story, so I could just look it up.
That's like
I
watching
needed.
World
I
War
lasted two
II.
episodes, and I was like, I'm looking this up.
I am listening to Ready Player One, which is a book that came out in like 2012, and there's a movie
Yeah.
that came out in 2018 or 2019, something like that. Because one of my colleagues it's required reading or approved reading for our sophomores, and they're reading Ready Player One. And my colleague's super creative. She's created, if you are familiar with the book or the movie, she's created the Oasis on our campus, and her students are in search of the keys. So the students are in search of the copper key, the jade key, and the crystal key. And she asked me to be one of like the guardians, I guess, of the key. Like they have to pass, like I'm their challenge, right? That they have to pass through. So I'm in charge of the jade key. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Of course I'm in to play to play a game and
Based
to
on a book?
I was like, there's a book, interactions with students, also getting to troll them a little bit. This sounds awesome. I'm in. But then I was like, I'm a drama teacher, so like a good drama teacher, I had to do my dramaturgical research to understand the depth of my character. So I'm reading Ready Player One, and it's really great. It's kind of frightening because it's pretty dystopian, but also
Ah.
not dystopian enough where you're like, oh crap, this could actually happen.
Ooh.
Because it's set with the premises this dystopian world has been caused by a global energy crisis. There's not that many jobs. AI has taken over the world, like things that we're dealing with now. And this was written, what,
10
14,
years
15
ago?
years ago.
Yeah.
But I am really enjoying it. I haven't gotten to the part where the character faces my character that I'm playing, so I have to speed through it over spring break. So when the kids come to me,
You're fully immersed.
immersed in the character, a couple kids have already come to me because they're like bright, but don't worry, I use my best confused face and at least confuse like four kids and set them away. Because they just came up to me, they're like, Miss Koizumi, Easter egg. And I'm like, there's some outside on the hunt. Like, there's an Easter egg hunt outside. But they're really looking for the key, and I knew it. And my students knew that I knew, and they were like, oh
But
man,
they don't know. We know
did
they
you know?
know.
So I'm liking it. I'm enjoying Ready Player One. I'm also watching back seasons of The Amazing Race because I am hooked on mid 2000s reality television right now. I really like seeing the world. I also really like the challenges that happen in The Amazing
Mm,
Race and like seeing parts of different cultures. Um, and kind of like little known facts that you don't always get in the history books.
hmm
Also, I like it when people do silly things.
Yeah, I kind of like it when they start yelling at each other.
That too. And I like doing that. I'm sure everyone does this, like, what
I
challenge would
could
you
have done that.
do this? Could we do that? Some of the recent ones, though, I was like, oh, I definitely could crush this. Um, because a lot of them, one of them was like spinning, they were making rope in India. So, and they were struggling to draft. And I'm like, oh, well, that's because you're doing it wrong. And then, like, they were milking a sheep. And I'm like, well, and they're like, oh, it's coming out now. And I'm like, yeah, it's a letdown, dude. But then there was some stuff where I was like, I could not. There's no way.
I feel like
Uh,
I could handle a lot of the physical ones.
there's some where you have to drive stick. And I'm like, nope, nope,
You'd be
nope,
going home.
nope. It was I think they had to drive a tuk-tuk.
Mhm.
And it was like an obstacle course. But it's a manual. So they're having to shift through every turn to accelerate and decelerate. I'm like, nope,
They
nope,
both have to do it, or just one person drives?
both.
Uh-oh.
And your person can't be out of the car to help you. Like they have to be in the car, and you're just like, oh, it's so bad. I was like, no, ma'am. No, I'm so sorry. I would have like, we just need to take the half an hour penalty for skipping a challenge because that will be faster than me
Try to
crashing into
drive
everything.
that. Well, maybe
Yeah,
we should learn how to drive manual.
I think I should just learn how to drive better.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know if I could do it in the automatic.
That's just a general life skill.
Yeah. So the girls are watching The Amazing Race with me. They get stressed when cars like get stuck in ditches and
Ah, yes. Missed flights and all that.
yeah. So we're watching the current season, which is like season like 37, and then I'm watching old ones from like 2010 as well. So
Excellent.
that's the exciting and thrilling. I'm in the past and in the future.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching. We don't know when we're gonna have our next episode because I've got a whole heck of a lot of travel coming up, but you'll get something from us eventually. And don't forget to tell us your favorite constellation and or Girl Scout cookie. Pretty much the same vibe. If for some reason we're behind on our filming, Gabriella figured out a way to announce the winner.
Yeah, and all that YouTube, all that disclaimery stuff that we're never gonna ask you for money. Don't
Yeah, 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 yeah.
none of that business. Like regular giveaway stuff. We'll never contact you from another account other than this one. All those things.
All those things.
Stay safe out there.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.